Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. Today's message is going to be very urgent. It's going to be about ancestor worship. Once again, today's message is very, very urgent, and it's going to be about ancestor worship. So today we're going to be pulling from two Bible scriptures. The first scripture I'm going to use is Deuteronomy chapter 10. Deuteronomy and Leviticus. But the first one I'm going to start with is Deuteronomy 18. Chapter 10. It says, "Let no one found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in fire, who practices divination, sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium spiritualist, or who contacts the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to Yahuwah. Because of these same detestable practices, the Lord your Yahuwah will drive out those nations before you." Now, that was, once again, Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. The next scripture I'm going to pull from is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31, and then I'm going to get into the topic. So Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31 speaks, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritualists, for you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your Yah." Now, with all that being said, let me just get 2 points off real quick. Number one, the enemy doesn't care who you worship. If it's Buddha, Allah, the universe, spirit guides, any of these things, as long as it's not Yahuwah HaMashiach, the enemy feels like he won. Or even if you worship Mary, for example. Now, we know Yah has a mother, but there's some religions who believe in praying to Mary more than Yah, which is totally a no-no, which Yahuwah knows I'm not disrespecting his mother, but the point is you don't disrespect him by worshiping other idols, such as, like I said, Buddha, Allah, Mary, spirit guides, etc. Now, once again, the topic is going to be about ancestor worship. Now, this is heavy in a lot of religions, countries. Africa is big. They say it's big in China, but in the United States of America, where I reside, it's really, really bad. And it really targets the African-American community. Now, here's some of the things that they believe in, which is false, which I've tried to help point out, but nobody wants to listen. Number one, the definition of ancestor worship is the custom of deceased ancestors who are considered still a part of the family and whose spirits believed to have the power to intervene to the affairs of the living. Such examples of this ancestor worship: burning sage, asking the Orishas or Oshan. Oshan and Orisha are these gods that the spirituality community believe in. So burning sage, asking the Orishas or Oshan or any of these false gods is a no-no. Number two, if Yah created human beings, let's just think. Our ancestors did not create themselves. Yah created them. So why would you worship his creation and not him? I'm frustrated because people just act like they don't comprehend, and I'm not coming down upon the public. I'm saying this because I don't want these people to go to hell because they thought that Yah wasn't real, or the enemy tricked them into believing that Yah was this, made up cartoon character that doesn't exist, and people who believe in him are fools. Back to the topic at hand. If these ancestors were so smart, so sharp, and they can help you and do all these supernatural things, why did they go through all that in slavery? Now, once again, let me get this clearly out. I do respect our ancestors. For the African-American community, they went through a lot. They got beat. People just, hung them. You all know the story about slavery. I'm not here to beat a dead horse, but the point is, I want to say, yes, they were strong men and women. Yes, they were brave. And yes, they were very, very strong. But I'm not praying to them. Here's some people out here are praying to them. They're closing their eyes and praying to a human being that's dead. They can't hear you. They can't help you. These are nothing but more than basically people that the enemy has tricked most believers to put their trust in because they feel they can get their desires met or whatever they would like. Number three, if you call yourself praying to these ancestors, or you're having dreams about them, and they're giving you vital information, or you're walking around your house and you start to see shadows and silhouettes of people that you think is your auntie or your uncle or your brother that deceased, Guys, these are nothing but familiar spirits who are masquerading or acting like they're your mother, father, deceased loved one, etc. Now, the point is they have to use trickery. They're not going to come out and tell you, hey, I'm a demon, because most people wouldn't fall for it. So they have to deceive you. Yes, they can act like your mother. The reason why they're called familiar spirits in the African spirituality realm is simply because these are entities who've been around for quite some time. Yes, they're smart. Yes, they're evil. They know a lot about us, stuff that we can't comprehend. They know a lot about us. So in order to deceive us, of course, they're going to act like our dead loved ones or our relatives or what have you, because they want you to get to praying to them. And then let me tell you this. Once you start praying to these entities, it's hard to get them off because, once again, they don't have a conscience like me or you who says, oh, this is wrong. They don't care. Their motive is to destroy you and get you to go to hell so that way you can really, really be where they are, which I don't want anyone to go there. But it's just this whole African spirituality thing. It's gotten out of control. And let me say this too. Their belief system too is they believe that when they die, they reincarnate, meaning if they feel, in their belief, if they feel like they didn't do a good job on earth, they could come back 5 or 6, 7 or 8, 9, 12 times until they get it right. And then once they get it right, they go to an alternate universe that supposedly is something similar to heaven, but it's really not, because we know it's only one way, and that's through Yah. So whatever crap they're teaching you guys, do not fall for it. It's another trick of the enemy. And the ancestor worship, once again, is very, very critical in the African American community, because I'm starting to see for years now, a lot of people have gotten frustrated with Yah. They're turning to this African spirituality crap, which is more than, excuse me, tongue twisted. African spirituality is nothing more than witchcraft in a nutshell. Yes, you're going to see some supernatural things over there. Yes, you're going to get some of the things that you want. It's all the tactic to pull you in. And then once you get in, it's going to be hard to get out because these entities got you where they want you. Once again, today's message was about ancestor worship. Do not do it. Yah told us plenty of times throughout the scriptures. And then once again, if you go back and read Deuteronomy, and you go out and just read throughout the Bible, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Yah told us numerous of times about this. False prophets, mediums, just dead spirits, people that you're trying to communicate with that are dead. They're dead. Leave them alone. They're not going to help you, because if you keep doing this, you're going to invite demons in, and it's going to be hard for them to get away from you. You guys take care. I hope you learned something from this message. Do not worship the ancestors. Worship Yahuwah HaMashiach. Take care.